How's the saying go? It never rains, it pours. Well, that's literally what's happening today. Today I'm recording interviews, and my day started fine. I was at the venue on time, got my coffee, getting everything ready, but then... Oh, here we go again.
What's going on?
Water's running down my apartment again. Lou is my downstairs neighbour. We met a couple of months ago when Lou knocked at my door.
Hi, I'm Lou. I'm your neighbour from downstairs. I think that you might have a plumbing problem.
How hard could it be to get a leak in your bathroom fixed, right? But I can't tell you how many calls I've made to the building manager, to my SDA provider, and in the meantime, the leak's just getting worse. I'm at the point where I dread turning on a tap. Living in a home that's right for you is awesome, until it isn't. If you're having a problem in your home and you're having trouble getting it sorted, the info here can help. There's stuff here about roles and responsibilities, who to talk to, and how to get action if you're not being listened to. Lots of useful info too about shared support and how it works. And a section about service agreements and understanding your rights. But it all starts with building a great culture between you, your SDA landlord, and the teams who support you. Anyway, I better go. I've got some interviews to organise. Alright, okay. So which one of you two can I rely on for the humorous comments, and who's going to be the serious one?
We'll wait and see.
Alright, let's get on with the questions. Okay. What should a tenant do if something goes wrong in a property, like they've broken something in the bathroom, for example?
Really easy. If you contact the SDA provider and say, hey, there's a leaky tap or something's happening in that, and then the SDA provider, well, as the landlord, we've got a responsibility to respond to that in a time that's agreeable and reasonable, and is also set out the tenancy legislation.
Yeah.
I'd call straight away to our on-site support, hoping they'll better know where to turn the water off. But if not, they can get hold of building managers straight away.
Yeah.
I would wait until I have support staff available and request them to compose an email to the property manager.
I guess from the support provider perspective, it's actually offering the support and assistance that the tenant might need in making contact and helping to problem solve in terms of what can be done to make sure that the individual's needs are met.
How do you think we can feel more comfortable in giving feedback?
I think we have to realise they're there for us, not the other way around. And so it doesn't have to be nasty. Just going, hey, can we work on this?
I think I'm comfortable with providing feedback because it's part of good governance.
It helps if you've got the right support people in place, because they're accepting of good feedback and pulling them up if there's a bit of a issue. Just keep it open.
If we get that feedback, it gives us an opportunity to look at what we do. We should always be looking to improve.
What question do you think we should ask a provider to see if we have the same values?
Pineapple on pizza? No.
Cats and dogs.
Yeah. Are you ready to enter into a relationship that's going to be about me? Yeah.
Will you address my needs? Will you listen to me?
That's a big one.
So what that?
I also like saying, don't tell me how you're going to help me, show me how you're going to help me. I don't want your answers from a book. I want your answers from real life, what you have done.
So what would you do if you were not getting along with one of your housemates or one of a fellow tenant?
Have a chat or whatever, just get it worked out. Could be really simple.
I think it's our role to work through facilitating discussion and getting to the cause of what's actually happening. But I would see our role as helping to facilitate communication and conversation and see whether the issue that's causing the disagreement can be rectified.
So what are the red flags for you when it comes to seeing if a provider is the right fit for you or not?
Red flags.
when I'm spoken down to or told, it's not asked for my opinion, that's a red flag. Or when they walk in, they talk to other staff, but they don't talk to me.
A really big red flag for me would be if the provider's talking about their business a lot and they keep reminding you that, well, we are a business, we need to make money. If they keep coming back to that, that's a whopping red flag.
One of the red flags I always find is if somebody is just saying, I just want to move in tomorrow, you have to slow down the process a little bit so that you really help people to understand that it is more than just, oh my God, this is an opportunity I've never had in my life before, so whatever it takes, I'm going to move in.
When they don't turn up without calling or anything, or if they're running late, don't call, and sending untrained people in as well.
I feel like there needs to be a sense that we've got some skill sets in our team that people are really going to benefit from. And we've got something to offer people. When we promised you that we're going to be able to do something for you in your life, we'll help you to walk alongside you to do something that you want to do, that we can keep that promise.
So what is something you wish you'd known about this type of housing before you got in the business?
There is, look, I'm going to be flippant. There's never enough storage space. And no matter what we do, I don't believe we'd be able to build enough storage space.
If we only had a crystal ball to know where we were going to go in terms of standards ahead of time, then we'd be building to those.
What do you wish you'd known about the support in the properties before you'd moved in?
That I had more of a say, which I hadn't known that earlier, that I would have used my voice, not just for myself, but for the other residents that came in.
Can you give me an example of when you have gone above and beyond for a tenant?
As an SDA provider, you have a role, you are a landlord and you've got to provide those services. You do develop personal connections with people too, and the above and beyond is often trying to balance between that idea of just providing a service that you're engaged to deliver and actually being able to be really humane about the process and understand that sometimes people get things wrong and they just want to talk it through.
The actual work the provider did to help me get through the SDA process, application process, they did a lot of work and they stuck with me and kept place reserved sort of thing, even though it was 3 years all up between talking to them first of all and finally getting a property.
As a service provider, I have had an instance where there was issues with the property that needed to be rectified and we couldn't get it done that day, and the individual just couldn't stay there. So as a service provider, we actually booked the alternative accommodation, the alternative support staff, and worked through the move. I guess I don't look at it as above and beyond. I look at that as supporting the individual, and we would do it, any time that it's required.
When I've had medical episodes, they've made sure everything's okay, locked up, and the support team would be able to just deal with me and the ambulance. So just make sure everything's locked up and secure and whatever.
That's good.
Awesome.
I think we're done.
Nice. Yeah, that's all right.
That's it.
Well done.
Well done.
You had to do the lion's share of that.